So I have been looking forward to a new Halloween movie ever since Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Was the wait worth it? 9 years after the last Halloween movie. Was it worth the wait? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. So the plot synopsis: Laurie Strode comes back. Jamie Lee Curtis comes back to reprise her role as Laurie Strode. They're ignoring the brother and sister storyline that they established in Halloween 2, the original. So they're ignoring that one. They're ignoring all the sequels. So this was supposed to be the true sequel to the original Halloween movie. Um, so Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, is a badass in this movie. They make her into a badass, and I believed it. You know, she really was a badass. I really enjoyed her in this movie. She's got a lot of guns. She's been training, getting ready for the past 40 years, and she's been praying that Michael will escape and that she can kill him. And he eventually does. Um, Michael's on this bus that wrecks with these other mental patients, and yeah, he escapes. And so at the beginning of the movie, you have these two reporters. They're wanting to interview Michael Myers. They go to the Hattonfield mental hospital. I forget exactly what it's called, but um, the the guy takes out the mask. I guess uh, not the guy that's in charge of the two reporters, and he takes out Myers' mask, and he's trying to get a response out of Michael. He's trying to get him to talk or just any reaction he can out of him. I thought that was kind of stupid. The guard is right behind him, and he's just sitting there watching him do this. And if I was the guard, I'd be like, "Dude, quit! You know, we don't want to get him upset for him to want to kill again. You know, like chill out, put that mask away. You know, we want Michael to be calm and settled. We don't want him to go on a killing spree again." And so I didn't really get that part, but that was at the beginning of the movie. Um, John Carpenter's score was excellent. I think him and his grandson, maybe. Um, I think his name is Cody Carpenter. I might have got that wrong, but I believe it's his grandson. They wrote the score together. So it's a new version of the Halloween theme song. Um, yeah, Nick Castle comes back to play Michael Myers again, and some other guy, I forget his name. They were excellent as Michael Myers. It really looked like the Myers in the original movie, and yeah, Michael Myers was really scary in this movie. I really loved the mask. The kills were really gruesome, but the downfall about them, or what I don't like about them, is a lot of them happened off screen. You don't see Myers kill them. It's just the aftermath after he killed them. It shows their corpse. So that was disappointing. And the movie is rated R. So I don't know why. There could have been more, you know, for a rated R movie. There could have been more. They should have shown him actually killing these people instead of just showing the aftermath. And so that was really disappointing. And now let's talk about the atmosphere. Did this movie feel like a Halloween movie? Um, Not really. All right. The best way I can describe this is, you know, when you have an itch and you lightly scratch it, it's not really getting the itch to go away, but it's just it, kind of is going away a little bit, or it's kind of getting it, kind of feels good, to scratch that itch, but you're not scratching it hard enough for it to really do anything. That's what this movie felt like. It kind of felt like a Halloween movie. It kind of felt like they were getting it right, but just not enough. You just wanted more. You're like, damn it, this doesn't quite feel like a Halloween movie. If Michael Myers, if he's off the screen, it doesn't really feel like a Halloween movie. But there was some good suspense in this. I really liked the boy and his father. That scene where they discover the bus that crashed, and the boy's dad gets out to see if anybody's hurt, and the boys wonder where the hell his dad is because he ain't coming back to the truck. That scene was really good, and the scene in the bathroom with the woman reporter. This is in the trailer. It's really good, really suspenseful, really scary, and you do get some glimpses of Myers' face without the mask on, and I didn't know that they were gonna do that, and I was hoping that it wouldn't show too much of his face, because I like the mystery of not knowing exactly what Myers looks like under the mask, the mystery of him, and so they were showing like half of his face, but not for too long. It was just like glimpses here and there, and so I didn't really like that a whole lot. I didn't want to know what he looked like. Um, so what happened in the original Halloween movie really messed up Laurie Strode. Like she's been preparing, for the last 40 years for him. She's rigged her house with traps and stuff. She's got a lot of guns. And that was a little hard for me to believe because where the hell did she get all this? That'd take a lot of money to set all the shit she had up. And, it wasn't really explained where she got all the money to do that. And she has a daughter and granddaughter in this movie. And her and the daughter, or her daughter basically hates her. She doesn't want to be around her because of how the daughter was raised by Laurie Strode. And so every time, they meet each other on screen, you can feel the tension between them. And she doesn't really want her daughter to hang out with Laurie. She doesn't want her to be brainwashed by Laurie believing in the boogeyman and thinking he's going to come back one day. There was some humor in this movie that I don't know what people's reaction is going to be to it. You may be fine with it like me, or you may downright hate it. But yeah, there is some humor, and especially with this little kid that's being babysit by this girl, or babysat, or whatever. Yeah, he's got some really funny lines in the movie. He really stood out to me. There just wasn't enough of him. But yeah, some of the acting I thought was a little hokey every now and then. Like when a character would find a dead body, I don't think their reaction to it was as genuine as it could have been. Like if I directed the movie, I'd be like, all right, let's do that again because I didn't find your reaction finding this dead body like good enough, like there's some times where a character would find a dead body that was fucked up and they wouldn't really react to it like you would think they would have. And the way they did this movie, it didn't make sense. Like they ignored Michael Myers and Laurie Strode's like brother and sister storyline, So, like, it made sense in the sequels why he was coming for her, because that was like his last living, um, like, family member, and he wanted to kill her. And well, in this one, it's like, well, what's the motivation? Why does he really care so much to kill her? I mean, is it because like that was she was the only one to get away that night or something? Like, I just don't really believe that as much. Like, so what if she's the only one that got away? Would you? And why now? Why 40 years later, you decide to come back and kill her? And it's also hard to believe that a night like that would turn somebody into um, or turn somebody into somebody like Laurie Strode now in this movie, a badass. What makes you think that he's gonna escape and come after you? And why do you think you have to train and buy all these guns and rig your house up? And another thing is they were ignoring the supernatural element of Michael Myers, saying that he's just a normal human, and I've never got that either, because like even John Carpenter said he never wanted Michael to become this unstoppable force, like an immortal. He was supposed to be human. But even in the original movie, you don't get a sense that this guy is normal. Like, he gets shot 6 times, and stabbed in the neck. He gets stabbed again when he's trying to get Laurie in the closet in the original movie. He falls off a balcony, and he lives through all that. A normal person wouldn't be able to take all that damage and just keep going. So even in the original movie, you get hints that Michael is more than a regular person. There's something supernatural there. And in this movie, people kept saying like he's like pure evil, but there was times where he could have killed some kids in this movie, but didn't. And so I don't really, I didn't really buy that he was pure evil. He did only kill 5 people in the original movie, and the body count wasn't that big in this movie either. And there's been people, real people, um, that has killed a lot more. So yeah, I didn't really buy that he was pure evil, because if you're pure evil, you wouldn't have a problem killing kids or any damn body. And the ending of the movie was also disappointing. After the movie ended and the credits started to roll, I'm like, that's it. Um, and yeah, spoilers, but I'll give you enough time to click off the video, but I'm gonna go in something that's a little spoilerish. But it ends with kind of a cliffhanger, or yeah, it was a cliffhanger, and it disappointed me because it was setting up a sequel. And I'm a big fan of Halloween, and I was so damn excited for this movie. And like I said, I've been waiting for 9 years for a new Halloween movie, and ever since Rob Zombie fucked the series up, and made people not care about the series anymore, I was ready for like fresh people or fresh new minds to come along and reboot the series. And it was just disappointing. I had hopes on this movie. Everything rode on this movie for me. And hearing news about it, like, I've been following news on this movie for the last like 2 years. And I heard that like the director of this movie and that other guy, I forget their names. I'm bad at remembering names, but they came to John Carpenter with this script, and John Carpenter was like, they get it. And after watching this movie, it's like, well, Like, they didn't really do that much better than Rob Zombie did. Like, it wasn't just, this movie was just okay. It was a good sequel. I'll give it that. It was decent, but there was nothing really that would make people want to come back to see a sequel to this movie. And this movie, everybody's been saying this, but this movie is a sequel to the original, but this movie is also named Halloween. That doesn't make any damn sense at all. This movie should have been named Halloween Returns. It would have made more sense, or Michael Myers. I think the working title was supposed to be Halloween Returns, but for some reason they went with Halloween. That's going to be really damn confusing. So now, when you're talking about this movie, you're going to have to say Halloween 2018 just for people to know what the hell you're talking about, which movie you're talking about. So that sucks that they just, gave it the name as the original movie. So now we have 3 movies with the name Halloween. So that's going to be a bitch to talk about the movies and have to talk, have to say the dates and stuff for people to know which movie you're talking about. I just want to say I apologize for pausing the movie. Pausing this video every now and then. I have allergies, so every time it feels like I'm about to sneeze or I have to blow my nose or something like that, I'll pause the video. Or when I'm trying to think of something else to say in this review. But anyway, that is the review. I think I've got everything out of the way that I wanted to say, or everything I wanted to say is now said. So I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 5. That really breaks my heart. You just don't know, because ever since I was a little kid, I've been a big Halloween fan, and I have to, I can't lie in my reviews. Like, no matter how excited I am for a movie, I can't lie to myself and I can't lie to you guys. If I really, am disappointed, I can't, lie and say, oh, the movie's just better than what people are saying or whatever. Like, I have to give my true opinion. That's just who I am. And like I said, I wanted this movie to succeed probably more than anybody. And, it was just an okay movie. And I have to be truthful about that. And, so yeah, that's the review. And if you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought about it, or if you're planning to go see it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.